What's going on, everybody? Today I'm going to do a comparison of Space Ishtar's looping. She can arts, quick, and buster loop, and this video is going to sort of explain the differences between the three types of looping and the pros and cons between them and when you sort of want to use a specific type of looping. And with that being said, let's begin. The first one you're probably most familiar with and a lot of people have been hyping up is her ability to arts loop. And the pros for that is it's very easy to get the NP refund required to loop, and she can easily sort of loop through all three ways without needing any other supports. She only requires the double Castoria, which is the second pro, and she has the flexibility. If you want more damage, you can try to plug through another support in to give her a damage boost. Arts looping, she's also 6 CE slot lotto friendly because of that high NP gain you get when you arts loop. And in general, arts looping is very fast. Most of the times you can get away with just using double Castoria even at NP1 Space Ishtar. One of the cons with arts looping with Space Ishtar is damage can be lacking at NP1. You can sort of mitigate that by using a plug suit and bringing in another support if you're really strapped for damage though. And the second con is it's possible to struggle to loop if you're not using a 3x3x node. She might not get enough refund if the waves are sort of wonky. But with the first con, you can sort of mitigate that by plug suiting another support such as Waver or Reigns in to help her get enough MP damage or charge she needs if she's struggling in that department. The second type of looping I want to talk about is quick looping. First pro is it works with double Scotty, and Scotty's been in the game for a while now and you already might have her, and if not, her banner is coming up really soon with the download campaign, and I highly recommend getting Scotty if you don't have her. The second pro is some of the final waves, they could have a higher health enemy, and when you quick loop with Space Ishtar, you gain a lot of stars, and even at MP1, those crit stars you get from looping, they can help you crit out that final wave and help you clear it in 3 turns, whereas something like Arts or Buster, you're really not getting those stars as much. So that is a big plus for quick looping. And the big con of quick looping is Space Ishtar, she doesn't have really any MP gain skills, so she's going to have a really hard time gaining that refund needed to constantly MP every wave. And so the requirements to quick loop are kind of high. It requires to plug suit charge support in, such as Reigns or Waver. It requires right now an MLB K-scope. In the future, that requirement will drop to just a regular K-scope and getting her second append skill to level 10. So you can start off immediately with 100% charge. She doesn't have any NP gain skills, and even if you try to use a Mystic Hair that does have NP gain, it's not going to be enough to make her constantly loop through all 3 waves. So unfortunately, the requirements to quick loop right now are really high. In the future though, that second append skill really drops the requirement to only 1 K scope or a budget K scope, so that is nice. And finally, we got buster looping. A pro with buster looping is it works regardless of the number of enemies in each wave. With buster looping, you're sort of force charging the NP each wave, so you don't care about any sort of NP gain since you're getting all the charge through support charges. And the second pro is it has very high damage. As you'll see in some of the scenarios later on in the video, that buster looping actually has the highest damage for an MP1 Space Ishtar. And yeah, the damage is really nice with buster looping. Some of the cons though is that it requires a double Koi and Skya setup plus plug suiting in another support, and the best support I found to help use the Space Ishtar is Oberon because of that NP damage modifier he does with his third skill, and that helps increase Space Ishtar's damage by a whole bunch because she has like a lot of NP damage bonuses with her second skill, and Oberon feeding that to her is just huge damage whenever that happens. And the second con is that it is very slow to buster loop though. There's a lot of button pressings going on. You gotta use Koi and Skya's 3 skills, Space Ishtar's 3 skills, plug suiting in the support using the support skills, It's very slow, but it is pretty consistent when you do need a buster loop. And now I'm going to show you some scenarios of arts, quick, and buster looping between two different types of waves. The first one is going to be all sabers, which has a 1.0 MP gain modifier on those enemies, so neutral. There's going to be art, quick, and buster all at MP1 space Ishtar. And the second one is going to be against berserkers, and berserkers have the lowest MP gain modifier at 0.8. And you'll sort of see how the damage and the NP gain factors in between them, as well as a sense of time of how long it takes to perform each of the three different types of loops. And without further ado, I'll roll the clips.
宇宙の宝は私のもの。そこ本気出すからね。宇宙の宝は私のもの。
いいね、最高だ。さあ
ちょっと切り込むのね。あくまで華麗に。もう仕方ない。本気にさせたのはそっちだから。神殿権限。これが私のインシブラクエーサー。次の戦場に案内してください。まだまだ打ち足りません。
我が城の古きルー
よし、決めた。無駄なことをするのね。
こういうこともできる。
参拝言われなくても霊気銀河解放。女神たるもの、これくらいのことはしないとね。次元の違いを知りなさい。いけたエビンシュグラクエーサー。よし、決めた。
こういうこともできる。古きルー
復習するわ。霊気銀河解放。女神たるもの、これくらいのことはしないとね。次元の違いを知りなさい。いけエビンシュグラクエーサー。
古きルーどれにしようかな。
じゃあこういうのどうだ。つまり練習だな。他にやることないの？
命令言われなくても。私を悪魔と言った？その通りよ。原始の地獄に帰りなさい。究極女神ビーム。捕まえた。そこ。
震え、凍てつき、砕け散る時まで。
全力で応答します。運命をかけた戦いであれば。熱を帯びなさい、マルミアドワーズ。運命をかけた戦いであれば。ごちそうごちそう。要心接続。下がってるように胸が熱い。もう仕方ない。本気にさせたのはそっちだから。神殿権限。これが私のエビンシュグラクエーサー。早がけです、カルエナ。要するに切り込むのね。運命を受け入れなさい。無の荒野、光る王冠、豪奢に咲くバラのごとく。エビンシュグラクエーサー。 ちょちょいのちょいさ。ダメ、いい合わせるわ。運命を受け入れなさい。無の荒野、光る王冠、豪奢に咲くバラのごとく。エビンシュレフレーサー。先に進みましょう。宴会は大勝利の後に取っておきます。そこ本気出すからね。宇宙の宝は私のもの。そこ本気出すからね。そのように。失礼。こっち、はい、NSS サービスです。もちろんお望みのままにお参りしておきます。日向のように火薬のように合わせるわ。いかほど。運命を受け入れなさい。無の荒野、光る王冠、豪奢に咲くバラのごとく。エビンシュレフレーサー。完全敗北よろしくね。好き放題あげましょう。いいじゃない。運命を受け入れなさい。無の荒野、光る王冠、豪奢に咲くバラのごとく。エビンシュレフレーサー。降参してみる？ごちそうごちそう。降参してみる？
いいね、最高だ。不思議。
ダメ。この私が切り込むのね。なんか来た。ふわふわってギュインギュインって。嘘、私かっこよすぎ。でもちょっとやりすぎなのだわ。
ひどい目にあった。せっかくの羽に傷がつく。
殺そうか。古きルー
無駄にでないかしら。無駄なことをするわね。
古きル
言われなくても。私を悪魔と言った？その通りよ。原始の地獄に帰りなさい。究極女神ビーム。女神の怒り味わいなさい。
こういうこともできる。
復讐するわ。
なんだ？
これが本当の私。始まりは極小、広がりは無限。すべて我が身体に求める。エビンシュグラクエーサー。
古きルー できる古きルール。
こういうのどうだ。つまり連中だな。他にやることないの？
そう言われなくても。私を悪魔と言った？その通りよ。原始の地獄に帰りなさい。
もろいもろい。
私は善と悪が合体した究極の私。
I hope this video helped you understand the differences between the three types of looping you can do with Space Ishtar, and sort of the strengths and weaknesses of the three types of loops. All three are really good, and depending on the scenario, you might want to do one type of looping over the another. If you liked the video and if it was helpful, consider leaving a thumbs up and subscribing for future content. And that's going to do it for me. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Later.